Hello and welcome back to another episode of Divide and Conquer version 4.5 as Rohan. Now, you may notice that there's been a little bit of a jump since the last episode. I just felt that, well, basically, we didn't have many troops, so we needed to fight all of the battles, and so it's just a lot of little skirmishes around this area, the Morgai Flats. So it does get a bit tedious after a while. So, like I said in the last episode, I want to jump ahead a few turns. Now we did leave it on turn 48, and it's now 62, so it's taken quite a while. A lot of chipping away to finally kind of push them back. Now, what I ended up doing was I pushed an army south, um, and you can see the amount of um, heroic victories I've had to win with very few people. There's one there, one there, one there, one there. Did I win one over here? No, there's one over there as well. One there as well, where we're ambushed. So basically, had to fight a lot of battles. And it's 4 turns a year, by the way. So I mean, we've been at war for about 16 years now. We're at war with Isengard for about 4 or 5, and then a couple of years break, and then we started hitting up Mordor. So it's been about 3 years since the last episode, basically. We've just been fighting it out on the plains. Now, what I had to do here was basically, I had to go down and I split my army into two. So I had the cavalry protecting my rear for all the armies that were constantly attacking, and then my ground troops attack and took Cirith Ungol, and then I took Minas Morgul, and then I just gifted them both to Gondor. I mean, I sold them for 10,000 each, but it's basically gifting them. So I put that extra money just into building a couple of things here, like a couple of military buildings, basically. So I didn't get too much out of it, but basically that allows them to now enter. And whilst they haven't entered yet, it basically means that, I mean, Mordor can't take it back from them now. Whereas we were stretched too thin, but now we're holding this north bit, and Gondor holding the south bit, and we're going to push straight through and take Barad-Dur itself. You see the little eye of Sauron. So, that's where we find ourselves. We have Elfhelm, Swidhelm, and Fastred are bringing up the rear with another army that I trained over in Edoras, Alberg, and the Hornburg. So we trained troops over there, and we basically brought them over. There was a battle here. Gondor took Gelebrin, but it was being besieged by Dol Guldur, which are a vassal faction of Mordor. We weren't actually at war with them yet, but I did just stop off and break the siege and routed that army of theirs. So we're now at war with Dol Guldur as well. But I think it was necessary because we basically, Gondor are strong, but they've got too many enemies. So we kind of want to protect them from Mordor and the north so they can push south and take out the Variags and the Ardenaim and all that. Yes, that's we fought a lot of battles in here. I absolutely hate those battle maps. But so this is how we stand. King Theoden the Bastion. He's had quite a few nicknames. He was King Theoden, Conqueror of Cirith Ungol, King Theoden the Mighty, King Theoden the Conqueror, and now he's King Theoden the Bastion. I usually have killed him off by this time, but he's doing really well. And Froedhir as well is doing excellently as well. A life-size statue has been erected in this man's hometown. They, at least, are proud of his military accomplishments. And he conquered Cirith Ungol as well, so basically they're holding here with the remnants of the army. I finally got enough culture in King's Gate and Framgeir's Fast to be able to train troops. So I have been training troops when and if I'm able. And then just sending them to the front lines. So yeah, we're holding off for this army, and then this army's going to sweep in. We're going to swap out some troops, and we're going to send, I think, Theoden and Froedhir out to just capture it. But first, we need to end the turn. So that's what I'll do. Excuse me, it's just my phone. Now, we probably won't get round to the battle for Barad-Dur today, because it's going to have to be a bit of a shorter episode, because I have a family call soon. So we probably won't get to that battle today. We'll probably fight a few battles up the road to Barad-Dur, and then we'll start sieging it. And then next episode will be the battle for Barad-Dur. That's what I'm thinking will happen. Oh, I thought they were going to attack us and they snuck right by. They seem to really want to take King's Fury for some reason, even though it's a completely nothingy town. They just don't want to go for Gondor. I I mean, Gondor haven't got involved in the war with Mordor at all. It's been completely me, which was not the case the last time that I played as Rohan. I mean, it was a few. It was maybe version 3, I think, the last time I played as Rohan. In the traditional campaign. But they just... Gondor have not helped out at all. I'm hoping that's because they're helping out... Yeah, they seem to be pushing south quite well. And I'm hoping that they're pushing north as well. So I'm hoping they're taking out the other enemies while I take out Mordor for them. Right. And we're going to swing back with this army and take out the Witch King. Yes, that should be fine. Battle. Jump in, get a battle out of the way. I have defeated the Witch King now, I think, 4 times? But obviously they just keep coming back while Mordor still has Barad-Dur. And I was wrong as well. I think I said that they respawn once, one each, every 10 to 15 turns. That's just, maybe that's been changed because it's not the case. All the dead ones seem to spawn at once. Right. It's a kind of ragtag army of absolute rubbish. But it's been doing us well so far. And we've not been spamming generals either. We've only had 3 is the most we've had in an army at once. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to send our cavalry archers up and try and take care of the Witch King on his mount. Oh, and we'll bring Eomer in. I think he was in the city. Don't want you guys to fire at will, actually. I do want you to fire at the bloody Temple Knights. Very cool looking unit, the Temple Knights. But you never get enough of them as Mordor. Oh. I mean, they're very, very good. Especially in melee, but they just die to arrow fire so quickly. Like most horses.
Now for wrath! Now for ruin!
Get them in the side. Determined to get my generals. I hate this character more than anyone else. Facing against the cavalry general is just the most annoying thing ever. Oh, really? You're going for those guys? You can have them. I'll take out your army while you're distracted. A few good charges in. I'm a little bit fatigued of fighting Mordor. I think today I just want to cut out all of the battles that are just like the same battle over and over and over again. Just because it does get really boring to watch. And it gets a bit boring to play, if I'm honest. It's maybe been like I played for about maybe 2 hours in between these episodes. To get it to a point where I feel like I had something else to show. But that's just the way, I suppose. I'm soundly crushing this force. seem to have got a handle on Mordor's armies. I would like you guys to go and just whittle his knights down. They're at 44 at the moment, more than enough to do some damage. But these guys are just getting minced. Absolutely nothing of them. Oh, there's bloody Temple Marksman in there. Oh, of course there's two Nazgul in this fight. For some reason I only thought there was one. Nicely done, nicely done. Even the peasant scouts are doing some damage.
They have lost half their men.
Just didn't realize there was temple scouts in there.
Now for wrath, now for ruin.
Now for wrath, now for ruin. Oh, come on. Do some damage. You guys, would you all please fire at the Witch King? There was a few battles that were quite cool that I was wondering if I should show or not. But in the end, I decided to skip them. But there was a cool one where it was the Witch King at the head of a full army, about 3,000 orcs, versus Theoden and Froedhir with about 1,000. That was a bit of a close one, but we did manage to win. But this one's, I mean, nothing at all. Like, we lost 8% and they lost 75. They've just they're on their last foot, basically. I think they'll get another last stand army when we take Barad-Dur, but I think we'll be ready enough to tackle that. At least Gondor will help out as well, I think. As long as you don't get Froedhir killed. Go on, do some damage. These Temple Marksmen just don't seem to go down very easily. They're even worse than the actual ground troops. What are you guys doing? Are they see, this is the AI just being complete idiots. Because they're sitting at the edge of the map and getting shot for... Oh, because they're trying to get that one guy. What a hero! Bring the arrows, lads! I'll keep him here. Don't know where he's from. Don't ask. Come on, it's only 36 of them. What's it down to now? 22, 18. Yeah, they're dead. Speed it up a bit. These guys are going down as well. Why are they just... I mean, I'll take it. He could have done some serious damage, but for some reason... Who is that? I wish you could know the names of the individual. Oh, he's dead. Right, now we want all three generals to take out the last of this. Yeah, cool. We killed the other Nazgul. Now it's just the Witch King. Go on. Right, now you peasant scouts, get out of there. You'll get munched. 10% place 98. I will absolutely take that. No, don't run away, don't run away. Oh, thank God, I thought he was actually trying to run away. Where is he? There he is. Oh, you coward. He's actually trying to run away. Everyone on a horse after him, please. Can you imagine facing that?
Victory will be ours.
He has got a lot of hit points though, so I'll just wait him out. Oh, come on.
The battle is very
There.
much our men have slain.
There we go.
Without him, his troops will
It's
lose.
the fifth time or sixth time the Witch King's been killed. 137 place, 1,298. I think it's been like, I think I've had to fight like 20 battles like that. 20 individual battles where we've lost maybe 200 and killed well over 1,000. The trouble is that fighting a faction like Mordor is they just spam units. So it's kind of difficult. The point when it really turned around, where the campaign became a little easier, was when our culture finally went up enough that we could train at least a couple of troops. I mean, that's why we've got peasant scout, you know, militia in our armies, because that's the only thing we can train at the moment. But any troops is better than no troops. That was an image of Glaurung, by the way. Dragon of the first age.
We have triumphed.
Your orders. Yes, my lord.
Right. Now,
Orders, my lord.
I think we'll have to wait another turn before we swap out the armies.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Wonder if this one could take Barad-Dur. We'll try and skirt around them.
Honor.
I mean, they've not got much, but
My lord.
what have they got? I mean, they've got one unit of Sauron's Will, which are a very cool unit, but not much else. That'll take us what? Ooh, one more turn to reach it. Let's see if anyone else is coming. Right. It's up there, Elfhelm. I mean, I think we've got this in the bag, really. A noble death. No, Prince Aemond! Oh, the amount of times he's defended King's Fury. I've got to rename it. Aemond's Fall. Just to get a Ungol and Minas Morgul. Yeah, I suppose we'll end the turn again. The reason I gave Cirith Ungol and Minas Morgul to Gondor was there was a couple of reasons. One was that I didn't have enough troops to defend them, so give them to another faction that can put troops in there to defend them just means that I'm not going to lose them immediately. Also, I kind of wanted to get Gondor involved because for some reason I was fighting all of the battles myself. And as good as I am, I don't really want to take on the full force of Mordor. And also just to make them a little bit stronger, because really I want them fighting south against Variags of Khand and Harad, while we'll take out Mordor. And I'm not sure if I think that might be the end for this campaign. If not, I might maybe head up and see if I can do some damage to Rune, which are kind of up the top right, and maybe to Dol Guldur. Up in the forest, give the elves a little hand, and maybe press south even. I don't know, but I feel like once Mordor's been taken care of, that'll be us. Well, the Khan of Cannon is dead. Right. Gondor doing well. They'll be helping Dol Amroth press down over the Gwathlo. Is that the Gwathlo? I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up my rivers, maybe. Right.
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
Oft! Sieging Barad-Dur itself. It'll take 12 turns, but it'll have a mighty garrison, so I don't know if I want to really assault it.
Yes, my
But we'll have to fight this battle. Shivis the Desert Sand. It's time for Elfhelm to show his strength. Also, another reason, talking of Dol Amroth, that's them there. Another reason I don't want to keep the settlements particularly is they're not worth a lot, and I'm not actually going for the victory conditions. I think the victory conditions are like hold 40 regions and defeat Isengard and Mordor, but not too worried about reaching the actual victory cap because most of it's just a slog. I would say we've definitely won this campaign already, but I would like to see the fall of Mordor. Right, plenty of archer cavalry, just how I like it. Plenty of normal cavalry. See, I think where I was going wrong in the early stages is I was just training cavalry, where it is useful to have a few kind of ground troops. Alright, let's go, lads. These guys out here. These guys out here. And everyone fire at will, but I do want you all to fire at the temple wards if you can. There we go. Getting peppered. Also getting peppered. Let's do some damage. The lords of the Meduseld Hall have ridden forth into Mordor proper and have bravely faced the lands of shadow. And it's not for greed. Oh, yeah, the battle's in our favour. I expect this to be quite a simple victory, really. Hopefully we don't lose too many. We're only lost 1% so far. But there shan't be too many battles to fight against Mordor after this. Not important ones, anyway. I would like to press this army up, actually, as well. If we can get this army to Barad-Dur, then I'll happily assault it, no matter how big the garrison. Because I would love to see the battle map, because I think I've always waited it out. I've never actually played on the Barad-Dur battle map, because it's just a lot easier to, you know, to siege them out, basically. The bloody temple wards. Oh, don't know what happened there. Oh, go on, boys. I must have killed 20 or 30 Nazgul by this point. Obviously the same ones, but... Pull out. Excellent, boys. Pull out. Just running into the enemy. Oh yeah, this is going to plan. Lost 20% already though. It's jumped up quite a bit. That'll be all our ground forces getting munched. Come on. Get the orc maulers, get the orc scouts. There's just a lot of kind of cycle charging. But I would have killed another 3 Nazgul this episode, so it's always nice. Temple wards are having a go at the cavalry. It's not good. Charge into the rear some of those orcs there. Get rid of them. Yeah, I know you're under attack. You're in a battle, for God's sake. Oh, we've got some routing. That's not good. That's a lovely hammer and anvil there. Go between the 2 lines. These temple wards are not going down without a fight. You go left, you go right. How's it going over here? Oh dear. See, I'm not that good at I don't want that much cavalry, really. My perfect army's like a couple of pikes, a lot of archers, maybe 1 or 2 really decent shock cavalry. That's what I can do the most damage with, I think. Oh my god, yeah. Lost. Oh god, I've lost half the army. How? Their army wasn't even that good. Don't really understand that, but oh well. Came all the way from Edoras and the Hornburg to lose half of its troops in its first battle. Not amazing. Come on, get those orc scouts. Orc host, temple wards, Moran and guard. Speed this up a bit. Just because I've got a family call starting in a minute, so I didn't really time this very well. It took me far too long to get the campaign to a point where I wanted to show it. But this battle's nearly over, I think. Most people are just standing around, are they? Yeah, I think so. So a couple of battles there, but really I just wanted to show all the change that's happened, all the progress that I've made, so that it didn't just come out of the blue when we're attacking Barad-Dur. But that will be next episode for sure. And then I'll decide after that if I want to keep the Rohan campaign going, or I'll maybe take a look at the world map, see how all the factions are doing, and then maybe we'll end this one. It has been fun though, my first full kind of playthrough. The Goblin one that I tried just did not work at all. I think that's because I underestimated how difficult the Goblin campaign has become. I wonder if Galu knows that or not, because he doesn't really like playing evil factions per se.
Victory will be ours.
Come on, take him down. Oh, I suppose these trio have actually never taken down an Nazgul before, so
Vanquished.
wet to their virgin blades, another heroic victory.
Remember it as
There are a damn a dozen in this campaign. That is the halls of Thranduil, I believe, up in northern Mirkwood, or as it was known before it got poisoned by the forces of Dol Guldur, it was known as Greenwood the Great. Till a necromancer moved in. Cough cough. Saruman. Saruman? Sauron. Excellent. Another firm defense. So Elfhelm, Swidhelm, and Fastrid will hold this line here. They will not let any orcs past. And King Theoden will attack Barad-Dur. We'll get some more troops up to the front lines. Some more troops training. I don't know what Gondor are really going to do, if they're going to move in or not. We probably don't need their help just now, but if they wanted to go in and mop up all the rest of Mordor's settlements, they can have them. I just want to shut down the Great Eye, and that will be next episode. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.